Alright, so we already covered the AFC Wildcard teams, now let's move on to the NFC. First off, we got the 7th-seeded Green Bay Packers. They get to head down to Dallas this weekend and take on the Cowboys in what will be a very interesting matchup. We saw Rodgers absolutely own the Cowboys during his time. This is Love's first shot at them in the playoffs. Will the Cowboys stand up to the task and overcome their fear of the Packers, or will Jordan Love step up with this offense and deliver? Their defense is fantastic. They ranked 10th in points per game allowed this year. Their offense was great as well. Jordan Love, just when they needed it, turned it on at the right moments. 32 passing touchdowns on the year is not a number to laugh at whatsoever. I mean, you saw Bears fans going nuts on social media this week that if Love was on the Bears, he'd have the most passing yards and passing touchdowns for a QB in a season. I mean, he had a very good year, a fantastic first year as a starter for this team. I really do believe in this Green Bay Packers team. If they weren't going up against a team like the Cowboys, who I think have a very, very good shot at making the Super Bowl, I could very well see this Green Bay team going on a deep run. But the Cowboys are a very good team. They need Rashawn Gary to have a fantastic game and to just absolutely light up Dak Prescott and get their guys the ball. They need Jair to make plays and lock down CeeDee Lamb, and they need Jordan Love to be able to find his receivers, who he frankly doesn't have a true number one. He needs a guy that's going to step up in this game. If they can do that, this Packers team, I think, could very well compete with any team in this postseason. It'll be very hard in every matchup because they're probably out-talented against every team, but they have a group that we've seen play some pretty perfect football at times. Just look at how they played against the Lions on Thanksgiving, and that's a pretty perfect football game they played right there. Moving on, we got the 6th-seeded Rams. The Rams are a very interesting team. Great offensively, not really great defensively, but they do bolster Aaron Donald, who's arguably the greatest defensive tackle of all time. He's had a little bit of a down year if you look at his numbers, but we all know Aaron Donald is Aaron Donald. And he can get to the quarterback, he can disrupt the run, he can absolutely own a defensive line and an offensive line unit if he wants to. The biggest thing is this Rams level of experience. Obviously, Stafford has experience. Obviously, Cooper Kupp has experience. Higbee, Donald, a lot of the guys on this team do have experience. But you're coming to the postseason with your leading rusher and your leading receiver on the year, both having 0 playoff experience. Kyron Williams has been fantastic this year, running and receiving. He's been a perfect Todd Gurley-style back that Sean McVay needs for this offense. And Puka Nacua has been sensational. I mean, rookie record for receptions, receiving yards is absolutely fantastic. He's had a fantastic year. If this Rams offense could put some points up on the board, they really could shock some people and go far. But I don't know if they'll really dethrone the Lions this weekend. Finally, we got the 5-seeded Eagles, which is a really interesting case. This Eagles team was once top of the NFC. They were the 1 seed. I believe they were 10-1 at one point, and they just fell off a cliff. It was insane being a New York Football Giants fan and getting to watch my team go up 24-0 on them in one half, and we haven't beaten them in 2.5 years. That's insane. And you could say, oh, they were wrestling stars. They weren't. The first half, it was Tyrod Taylor versus Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts had A.J. Brown and his full line out there, and they still looked terrible. I mean, sloppy football, bad blocking, bad throws by Hurts. This team did not look good. But everyone knows this Eagles team is the talent. They went to the Super Bowl last year for a reason. They were a holding call away from winning the Super Bowl last year for a reason. They could very well do it again and go back and capture their second Lombardi. But it will be a very far uphill battle because they have to bounce back. They have not looked good in weeks. They got obliterated by the 49ers. They lost to the Cardinals. They lost to the Giants. I mean, just losses you shouldn't have. And this Eagles team could have easily won the NFC East. They didn't. It belongs to the Cowboys, and now they have to head to Tampa and face the Buccaneers. I don't really think it's too hard of a matchup. They beat them earlier in the year in Tampa Bay, and the Buccaneers are only coming off a 9-0 win over the Panthers in a game they needed to win. So I'm not too confident in the Buccaneers either. So I think the Eagles can get that one done, but you ultimately see how far they can really go based on how they look this weekend. So that's my take on the wildcard teams for this weekend. If I had to choose any of them to go to Super Bowl, probably would be the Eagles, as much as I hate saying that. But really, who knows how far they'll go. If you think any of them can take down the Lombardi, let me know down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.